I'm Susan Russell and I'm the Marketing Manager at Festivals Edinburgh. We're the umbrella organisation for our city's 12 major festivals and lead on their collaborative working to ensure that Edinburgh sustains its preeminence as the world's leading festival city. As the Marketing Manager, I work with my team on running integrated marketing campaigns in key cities in the UK and abroad throughout the year, very much positioning Edinburgh and its festivals as a year-round destination. The opportunity to take part in DLP came at a time when I was really considering next stages of my career. I hadn't undertaken any formal studies since university, and the opportunity to do a course that had a mix of academic learning but also work-based learning was really appealing to me. The panel speakers, the opportunity to learn and hear from lots of different destinations that were both competitors but also complementary to Edinburgh was really exciting as well, and it just seemed like an ideal time to bring everything together for me. For me personally, I took a huge number of things away from the DLP. Personally, there was a lot of confidence building for myself. I've generally come from either a public sector or public funded background, and the opportunity to engage with colleagues with a much more commercial background really gave me confidence when speaking to potential partners in the future, and I feel I gained a lot from it. I actually only knew a couple of people on the course before I went into it, so the opportunity to open up new networks and to meet new people was really fantastic. The learning journey for our year was actually a trip over to Amsterdam, and it was really a moment where lots of things came together for me. It was towards the end of the academic year in terms of the DLP, and we were able to really put into practice all the academic learnings and all the previous workshops and discussions that we'd had. For me, Amsterdam was a really good city in terms of comparing what Edinburgh is doing with Amsterdam and the I Amsterdam campaign, and it really just cemented quite a few things for me to take forward as well. Through my time in the Destination Leaders programme, I really had an opportunity to extend my networks even further, which has actually resulted in me being involved in quite a few projects, both on a local level and also nationally across Scotland. I'm now one of the committee members for Tourism Society Scotland. I'm part of the Edinburgh China Ready Group, which was in part as a direct result of our group project. And I also recently won a HIT scholarship, which will see me travelling to Australia and New Zealand later on this year to do a bit of a destination learning journey. And of course, one of the projects I'm most personally proud of is the emergence of women in tourism. Women in tourism very much came about just as a conversation between friends on the DLP, both across years 1 and 2. Through our various panel discussions and presentations from people at DLP, we started to notice that a lot of those in senior roles were our male counterparts. When we attended the Scottish Tourism Alliance's Spring Conference in 2015, we noticed that I think about 11 out of 13 of the keynote speakers were also men. So really just through a conversation with colleagues as we were going through DLP, we started to say, actually, instead of moaning about it, why don't we actually get together and maybe see if we can make a change? So a few of us got together in June 2015, and we went into a room and basically just said, okay, let's look at what the challenges and opportunities there are for being a woman within the sector, and if we felt we could advocate for change and make and influence change, then we would take it forward, and if not, then we would say, okay, we've had a great afternoon, but we're done. The result of that first meeting was us formally constituting a small committee of 10 members across accommodation providers, visitor attractions, the cultural sector, business owners, consultants. So a real cross-section of experience, and we've met a few times since then. The crux of that was we launched a survey to industry in January because we identified that there was no strong fact-based evidence to back up our anecdotal thinking. Following the results of that, we then decided to host our very first event, which was amazing to be part of this year's Scottish Tourism Alliance conference programme. And we welcomed some 75 delegates into a room for us to present the findings of the survey, and also to have an open forum panel discussion about what the biggest challenges and opportunities were for women across the sector. It's really exciting to think how far women in tourism has come since we really just started out having a conversation last June. The future looks bright for women in tourism. We are planning an away day of sorts in a couple of weeks' time, really just to sit down and absorb all the things that have happened since we had that initial discussion. Through the survey results, there are a couple of pieces of work that have come through quite strongly. One is the potential around mentoring. Around 27% of those that completed our survey said they'd never had the opportunity to be mentored, but 78% would really welcome that opportunity. So the sector really recognises that they have the right skills and experience to aspire to positions of leadership, but just aren't very sure about what they need to do to get there. So mentoring could be one side of it. Another side is around the board level opportunities and how to engage at that very senior level. With a lot of women in the sector responsible for the family and having to work part-time hours, it's really looking at that to see how we can support women with families into those roles as well. So hopefully we'll know in the next few weeks what the future of women in tourism will be, but certainly the industry has got behind it hugely and very positively, and we really think there's a future for it. In terms of advice for anybody going into the DLP, I would very much say leave your day job at the door. I think you need to go into it with an open mind and be willing to listen to new ideas, new frameworks, new models of working. Some of them you might adopt for your day job, others you might not, but it might make you think aspirationally about things in the future in terms of your future career. So very much just go into it with an open mind. You never know what you will learn and what you'll take from it.